Hello, everyone. It's been a while. Uh, I don't know why, but I'm kind of nervous recording this. This has never happened before, I think. But I feel like I kind of need to update you guys on where I've been and what I've been doing and such. Since it's been about a month and a half since I've recorded and uploaded my last video. This is actually the first time I've opened OBS in like 7 weeks, which is nuts. But basically, um, first of all, sorry about that. I know, like, taking this long to upload, it's not encouraging at the very least. It's not for me either. But I've been really busy with work. I've had to work like very long hours this last month, and actually a few weeks ago I had to work like overtime during the weekend, which is also not something I'm very used to doing. But work has been taking a lot of my time, to say the least, and that has been one of the main reasons why I haven't been uploading in recent time. But hopefully, it gets better in that regard. So yeah, that's one of the reasons. The other thing I want to talk about is something very relevant, and I think it's going to be a little bit of a deal breaker for some people. But to go into context, so you know that a few months ago I uploaded a video, winning a black and white tournament. That obviously encouraged me to continue playing more and more tournaments, and it's something that I was enjoying a lot at that time, and I do still. But I started joining like tournaments for SV, like Scarlet and Violet Ubers World Cup. You saw the two matches from the qualifier stage. We actually made it. Team Mexico actually made it to the main stage of the World Cup, and what you're seeing on your screen right now, it's actually like those matches of the main stage. So what I want to clarify is that obviously it was my choice to join these tournaments and stuff, and I was enjoying the game a lot. But after a little while, since I was playing for a team tournament, I started like taking this game a little too seriously, and I started to really grind like the tier and to play more than I would usually would. For my videos, I test my teams before I record, and I like to see how well a team is gonna do before I record, just so I don't lose all the time because it's the first time using the team. But obviously, since this is a team tournament and the stakes are a lot higher than usual, like I kind of grinded a lot back then. This was a few weeks ago. So I was starting to feel, on top of having very little time to actually record something, because recording takes some time, and then to edit, it also takes some time. I was starting to feel a little burnt out. And something that I also want to mention is that playing Scarlet and Violet Ubers in tournament is a lot more different than playing it like on the ladder. I don't discredit the ladder, by the way. For any practical purposes, I think it's the best option for playing like every day if you just want to get a game and stuff. But how you approach the ladder and how you approach the tournament, it's a lot different, like from each other. Obviously, if you are playing for the ladder, you are preparing for a general variety of things that you want to counter, and like the trends that the ladder is, accustomed to call it something. So, and for tournament, you will be prepared for one individual in particular. But the thing is, so So I think everybody understands that, right? So it's like the difference between the two. But the problem is that I found with Scarlet and Violet Ubers is that it's very matchup dependent when you start like really focusing on like countering a particular playstyle or achieving a good matchup against a specific team, or just in general. It's very easy to just lose to any Pokemon that you didn't foresee in preview or when building the team, or maybe you did foresee it, but it's very easy to lose on matchup is what I want to say. I think a match that really did like made me like not hate this tier, but I was kind of like just not in my head after the match happened, is my second match of the main stage, where basically I have 0 Lunala usage. So there was no reason for me, or I guess for my opponent, to prepare for Lunala, because it's historically a Pokemon that I never use. But my opponent used, and I also never used Sticky Web, because I don't like neither of those things. But then I ran into a fucking Alola Muck stall, which is possibly the worst matchup imaginable for that type of team. Lunala plus Sticky Web, you can't really do much about that. So that match kind of hit me pretty hard. Not because I want to discredit my opponent or anything. I think if they read that, then I mean, all props to them, right? Like I don't think that's a different level of clairvoyance when it comes to preparing for teams. So if they really did like anticipate that, then I don't know. I kind of had to give it to them, right? So, but to me, if you can lose that hard on matchup on team preview alone, that kind of makes me not want to play this anymore. To be honest, like if that is a real possibility, I don't want to actually it's not enjoyable for me. It's really not. Like I hate it. Like I really like, it's a very tough pill to swallow, and that has been historically something that I've heard about several metagames as history has been developed over the years. I think Aura's Ubers had that problem too when I played it. What other thing? But anyways, yeah, that's I think that metagame is very, like, it's the one I remember the most when I really started like hating that sort of stuff. But obviously there's good metagames that I really enjoy. I think ADV OU is really good in that regard, where you can anticipate most stuff. Black and White Ubers also falls into that category. Some iterations of doubles, Smoke on doubles, also pretty fun. But I think in this iteration of SB Ubers, it's very easy to lose to something that you simply cannot counter on team preview, is what I'm trying to say. I think the state of the tier right now punishes a lot not getting team matchup right in tournament. So, and that just leaves a very bitter taste in my mouth, because I know a lot of you enjoy the Ubers content. I know you guys really enjoy to watch it, and when I record with Blunder and with Joey, I know you guys enjoy it too, because it's fun. Like, playing Ubers on the ladder is really fun. But to me, not being able to escalate that to a deeper level or a higher level, or something that feels to me is a next step, I guess, rather than just doing it like for YouTube, it's something that I find very conflicting. So I think that's the best way I can put it. Yeah. Because if you, obviously, like, Pokemon is a game, obviously, it's also like something that I enjoy making content of or about. But if like I have to really enjoy playing something, so for me to be willing to upload it, I think that's very understandable, right? I think if you want to spend time doing something, you gotta enjoy it. YouTube right now is like a part-time activity, like a hobby, if you will, something I do for fun. So I have to really enjoy like what I'm going to be uploading. So not going too deep into SBUvers and how the tier as a whole functions. I think that would be derailing a little bit from the main topic. But I just want to say that I found the Mirai on SB, the Mirai on Scarlet and Violet Ubers fixed a lot of issues that I have with the tier right now. But what's like the tier, it is what it is now, basically. And it just so happens that after really grinding it for months, I'm kind of just done with it, pretty much, is what I'm trying to say. So regarding that, I don't think I'm going to be uploading that many Ubers content or that much Ubers content in the near future. I think if something special happens, like a special tournament is happening, or if I play, something that catches my attention Ubers wise, I could make content of that. But just playing that here is not a good experience for me anymore. So obviously, if Gen 10 has Ubers, which is something that's still not decided because we don't know what's going to happen with the division between Pokemon Champions and the rest of the mainline games. If Gen 10 has Ubers, you best believe we're going back to play it, right? Like, that has always been a thing for me. If there's new legendaries and stuff, I go back to play the Ubers metagame, try my hand with that. So if that happens, you best believe we're going to be there, right? But until then, I think it's very safe to say that, I'm not gonna be playing it much. I'm still in an Ubers tournament. The Ubers Premier League is on right now, but I'm playing Black and White, which has been. I joined that tournament with the intent to cleanse my Pokemon palette, if that makes sense. I played in the very recent past, something that I was very, not discouraged to play. And I wanted to play something that I really enjoyed, so I could use it as a way to move forward from something that I didn't enjoy, basically. So that's it. From that aspect, that's it. That's what I wanted to say. I'm probably going to be moving from SBUvers in the near future. And sorry if you enjoyed that content, but I think it's for my best. It's for the best to make that decision. I think not that it will never happen again. Never say never. But for all purposes, I think it's very important for me to say that. So now you're probably wondering what's next. What's the type of content I'm going to be uploading from now on. I really enjoy doing the analysis videos that I've done in the past. Something that I really enjoy, and something that I never thought I would do before I started uploading again, is doing those type of analysis / learning videos, I guess you could call them. But I really do want to make more of those videos. I think Pokemon is a game where you can superficially think it's just a game, but it has a lot of depth to it, and there's a lot of things you can take away from the game. Several different aspects that have helped me throughout my life. So I want people to experience that in a way, show people that you gain something from playing this game, basically. And I want to make more of these videos in the future. And also, I played Pokemon Champions, but I really couldn't get that much into it because, you know, work, life, getting really busy. Also, I focus on the Ubers tournaments back when Champions came out, so I kind of prioritized my Pokemon time to those things. But now that I probably will have more time, and you know, I'm not playing that many tournaments anymore, I want to really focus on learning BGC, and while not uploading like Champions content like pretty much like every day or spamming, you know, the next Pokemon Champions live, I don't think I want to do that. But at the very least, I think my content when it comes to battling and for streaming, for example, I plan to stream more, by the way, or for live content, I do want to focus on Pokemon Champions and whatever thing I'm playing, if I'm playing singles. So moving forward, I think I'm going to do that. I think my content is going to be a little bit more focused on Champions, and when it comes to battling and the analysis videos, those two things I think are going to be the main thing moving forward. Obviously, this is not set in stone, you know. If I come up with something else I want to do, that's what my channel is there for. But I basically want to focus on those two things moving forward. So yeah, I think that's everything I want to say. I want to thank all of you for sticking around if you watched this video all the way through. I really appreciate your support. I know I've been sort of like zigzagging in terms of how active I am, but you know, as I said before, like this is depending on how much time I have for myself right now. But I'm trying to make I'm not trying. I am making more time for this. I made a little bit of changes to my routine, like pre-work and after-work routine, so I can make more videos, basically. So I think that's gonna help. So yeah, that's it. I'm working on the latest analysis video right now, and hopefully you guys see that pretty soon. I cannot say if it's gonna be this week or next week, or you know, I want to do my best work possible every time. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.